Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. And oh man, I love seeing these type of articles, these kind of things coming out. And where were they? Where were they back in December? Where were they in January, February? But now all of a sudden, these kind of articles start to come out. SEC versus Ripple settlement could be the bottleneck flow of XRPs, says one of the experts. Now, let's go into what this actually means and what he's actually trying to say here. So, what he's talking about is saying that the lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple most likely will be ending in a pre-trial settlement, as 96% of all SEC cases are settled before trial, of which 60% before litigation and 90% in the discovery phase. I mean, I don't know about you, but those numbers look pretty juicy to me. So, why this particular expert saying that it could be a bottleneck, and it's very, very interesting article in regards to this. Depending on the way the settlement happens, there could be some restrictions. There could be some things that the SEC impose on Ripple, on XRP, and the overall growth of XRP within the United States. So while a settlement, of course, is something that we are all so looking forward to, it has to be on XRP's terms. It has to be on Ripple's terms. There's no point in rushing. I mean, it's been around the 23rd of December is when the case happened. And then we saw the plummet of price all the way to 17 cents. And by the way, congratulations to you if you got in at that point. But we've waited so long, it kind of makes sense to wait and get it on our terms. Because as I always said, patience and longevity, time in the market will always beat time in the market. So a settlement in June, but which isn't on our terms, that favors XRP long-term in the 3, 4, 5-year plan, we might as well wait, go to court and beat them. But I'd love to know in the comments what you think on that particular argument. Now, I know that this looks like a whole bunch of scribble, but the most important line to look here from Investor 589 is that particular line. And that particular line means that we've touched that line and we're now going to bounce up. That's literally all you need to know from that huge jumble of lines that have been put on there. Sometimes we do overthink it, and sometimes in pretty simple terms, we could just be doing this. Like it could be as simple as drawing one gigantic cup and just going with the flow. Could this be it? Is this where we're heading to next? We're going to 180, then 370, then 11, then 25, then 52. Is that the future? Is this the new graph and the new path that has been shown? I mean, it is really fascinating. And of course, like when it comes to drawings and graphs and all these things, it's difficult, right? Because, you can literally draw anything and make sense out of anything. But this is over. These are weekly charts. This has been going on for a long time now. And is this the path that we're going to take? Of course, as I always mention in every single video, if everything was straightforward, we'd all be doing this, right? It's not going to be straightforward. It's not going to be a straight arrow. But let's keep an eye out on how close we follow this particular chart. Now let's jump into Atani. Let's see what Atani is telling us. All right, so we're back inside Atani right now, and we're having a look here at the charts and look at what's going on. And this is on the daily chart. Now, remember a couple of days ago on the 23rd of May, we went to that low, and that was the 64 cents low. And since then, we've sort of been in sort of a 74 cents window to $1.06, and we haven't really gone past that. $1.06 has probably been the closest one. $1.06 or $1.08 has been the closest one that we've been going on. But if we look at all the other charts, so if we turn on all the indicators and go through here and check out what has been going on, we can see that the Bollinger on the daily chart has actually been closing in. So the volume has actually been shrinking. And what that means is that when the Bollinger are actually very close to each other, it means there's not much happening right now. So this is really, really, really the calm before the storm. And I am excited for that because I believe that the calm before the storm is a bullish calm that is happening right now before we kick into overdrive. And I did mention, of course, yesterday to be on the lookout that we could be heading over to 60 cents, but things change so quickly and so rapidly that From a segment at the moment, if we look on the hourly chart, we can see that we were inside the Bollinger, outside. Now we come back inside the Bollinger Band. But if we look at the RSI here on the hour, it doesn't really give us enough of a picture to really get a proper understanding of what is going on. On the 4 hour, we can see that we were into bearish, and now we're starting to cross back into bullish segment, and with an RSI sitting sort of in the middle. As we move towards the 12 hour, we're looking at a 12 hour, and those two have touched on the MACD, but they're still bullish. And that's really, really important to look out for. And of course, everything that I say is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'll prepare you for 60 cents. And if we don't hit 60 cents, then, great. Now, if you place yourself a buy order for 60, and perhaps now over the next 12 hours, the market moves into a bullish segment, then we got to keep an eye out. Now, I told you how to download Atani. There's a video on it, how to put all the indicators on. And if, for whatever reason, let's say, sometimes there are 12 to 14 hour periods between a Crypto Serpent video coming out or not. But you want to make a decision. You want to make a decision right now. Jump on Atani, download it, put the indicators on. Figure out what is happening and what I'm reading as well. Get to learn these things because it's so crucial. It will pay huge dividends for you to learn and understand what is happening at the moment in the marketplace by having these indicators on. So for me, at the moment, it looks like we flipped. It does look like we've gone back into a bullish segment for XRP. But let's jump into some drawings. Let's see what they tell us. First one I want to start off with is this one. And, again, preparing you for the worst and getting you ready for that. At the moment, if we are to break this and we break out of this, then we probably would go to 80 cents as a first step before bouncing off to 120. Failure to hold at 80 cents, then we would jump to the 60 cents mark, 75, so somewhere around a window of 72 cents and 55 cents. That would be the window. Now, generally what happens in the marketplace is if everybody's expecting 80, it goes to 70 and then bounces. If everybody is expecting 60, it goes to 50 and bounce. It just wants to cut you out of the deal. This is what whales do. This is what they're experts in. They want to get you out of the system, and so they can get you, so they can go back in. Another way to look at this is that we could be forming into this particular sort of channel. Now, the support level at this channel would be around that 89 cents. So we could be sitting in this particular window right now, and sort of, then once we hit that 89 cent support, bounce off and kick off again. That also is a possibility. There is also the long picture look at what is going on and what is happening and where we're going and how we're going to get there. That gives us a lot of comfort in knowing that where XRP and Ripple is going over the next 3 years is going to blow your mind. And so everything that we're doing right now is kind of like torturing ourselves because we sit there, look at the charts daily, but if you zoom out over a year, 2 year period, where we're going is going to be astronomical. So what are the scenarios? Okay, so scenario number one, we hit that 80 cents, 75, 80 cents mark, and then we bounce off, go to 120, and then push forward and beyond. Failure to do that, then the next window is sitting between 60 and 50 cents. That is probably where the final one is. Failure to break that, then we would be in a bearish market and it would be game over. From a bull's market in for a while. We're talking about 3, 4, 5 months before another phase would kick off. However, I don't think that to be the case at all. I think where we're going from here is we're going to push, go to 120, break 120, find support at 120, and then go forward into 160s and beyond. I think that, to me, is a more realistic target. But of course, there are these two options as well at the moment that are playing out. Keep an eye out over the charts over the next 24 to 48 hours because for me, I believe that we are about to bounce back. Where the charts, the momentum, the news that's coming out. We've got obviously what is happening right now between the SEC and Ripple between now and June 9, and that. Also, for Australia, that will be June 10 for us, June 9 over there in America. And overall, I'm just excited. I'm excited for June. I don't know if you are, but if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're excited for June, if you think we're back in the bulls market in June, I'd love to know in the comments what you think, where we're going, what is happening. And as always, thank you all so very much for the love, passion that you show the channel. and I cannot wait. I told you there are two things that I'm waiting for in 2021. I'm waiting for the Google search to say XRP versus Ripple versus SEC settled, and the next one is $10 XRP. See you next time.